present for the Pledge of Allegiance and then the national anthem performed by the I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we continue with the program, it is my pleasure to present to the members of the graduating class, administrators, and the Board of Education members on stage. As I read their names, I will ask them to please stand and remain standing until all names are read. Also, please hold any of your applause until everyone has been recognized. Our valedictorian, Kelly Hall. Salutatorian, Natasha Stanko. Senior class officers, President Lola Norris. Vice President, Gianna Colosimo. Secretary, Gianna Gullo. Treasurer, Natasha Stanko. Public Relations, Tyler Kent. Our National Honor Society, Co-President, Miguel Flores. Co-President, Miriam El-Sayed. Vice President, Riley Harmer. Secretary, Melanie Krause. And Treasurer, Michael Flynn. Our Student Council officers, President, Cecilia Gracie. Vice President, Madison Miller. Secretary, Jessica Haynes. Treasurer, Emma Miller. And Public Relations, Jaron Williams. Our featured vocalist, Liam Doyle for our national anthem. And later performing our alma mater, Henry Mountain. Our class officers, Mrs. Angela King and Mr. Daniel Norton. Our principal, Mr. Trevor Brown. Superintendent of our schools, Mr. Sabatino Samato. Members of our Board of Education. President, Mr. Matthew Camara. Vice President, Mrs. Karen Whitelaw. Trustees, Mr. Paul Spurs. Trustee, Mr. Paul Floss, or Fred Floss. And Trustee, Ms. Leanne Bowe. Executive Director of Secondary Education, Ms. Lisa Cross. Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, Mr. Matthew Bystrap. Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Leadership, Mrs. Kelly White. Assistant Superintendent for Business and Finance, Mr. Jeff Fisher. Our graduate presenters, Mrs. Nicole Pauley and Mr. Christopher Knapp. In the audience, I would also like to recognize our Director of School Culture, Ms. Dina Ferraccio, Executive Director of Secondary Special Education, Mr. Matthew Rains, and Director of K-12 Instruction, Dr. Ann Martell-Curry. Thank you all, and please be seated. Graduates, I have a bit of Kenmore-Tonawanda history to impart with you, and then we'll skip over to the current events that happened this year. 67 years of graduation ceremonies is a significant achievement. Kenmore-Tonawanda has remained a steadfast mission of instructing, growing, and developing with the youth of our community to prepare them for the next steps of their lives. In a few minutes, you will get to join those who have the distinction of the title of Kenmore-Tonawanda alumni. This group stretches all four corners of the globe, most successful in their lives, happy in their hearts. Their success may not directly correlate to the fact that they graduated from Kenmore-Tonawanda. However, it is because of Kenmore-Tonawanda that their quality of characters and the nourished values that we have in our schools have undermined them to make them such a success. Many of you will probably take diverse paths to get here today while you graduate. Some of you loved every aspect of coming to school, loved everything that we have done. However, some of you may not have had such a smooth experience, but through your resiliency and perseverance, you have made it here today. The culture and spirit of Kenmore-Tonawanda, in one way, shape, or another, will embody your persona and forge your way through the future. Nothing magical or transformational will happen when you shake Mr. Brown's hand today. However, through your 5 years in trials and tribulations, you will feel the magic start to begin. Now, the recent events. This year's senior prank was very humorous, especially for myself. As I walked into the building, I walked in seeing solo cup towers being built on all of our doorsteps. Fortunately, I got there early enough where I was able to help. I almost got out of the confetti cannon before Mr. Brown walked in and said, no, that's going to Ms. Jelson's office. But we welcomed all the confetti in our offices, the balloons, covered walls, and all the streamers that were very, very intertwinedly done. It may have taken us a while, and the custodians did not mind at all cleaning up the silly mess. We still love seeing all the confetti somewhere hidden in all of our files. This year's senior building, once again, was a blast on our baseball turf and surrounding areas. It was a beautiful day filled with a wonderful obstacle course that somehow Mr. Greco was able to join in. Our interactive duck or jump, our dunk tank that Mr. Smallman had a great time getting dunked in, and our slip and slide kickball wading pools of bases where somehow no one got injured. Our lawn games and enough pizza and hot dogs to fill everyone 5 times over. I was very thankful to be able to join in these activities this year at the cotton candy machine. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure Mrs. Craig and I were more covered in cotton candy than you guys were able to enjoy. I'm very thankful for Mrs. King and Mr. Norton for putting these events together and their hard work with their class advisors. Now for some parting thoughts. As you will be taking your own paths and have your own time, and I'm sure you will try and gain as much self-employment and self-sufficiency as you can as you leave here. Please remember to respect. Respect the people that you are employed for. Respect your people that you are working with. Respect the people in leadership. Respect the people that are near you. Treat others how you want to be treated. Treat your peers, subordinates, your family like you would want to have for your own living. You will be defined and remembered by how you make others feel. As you go through these next few years of young adulthood, you will be challenged more than you ever have before. You will hear constantly, have no regrets, follow your dreams, go with your gut. Don't worry, you can make it somehow. But always remember to think about those next steps, those next decisions, those next moves. How will that change how you will be remembered? One of my favorite movies is Sandlot. They always say, remember them. There are heroes and there are legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends will never die. If you follow your heart, you will never go wrong. And I see that in this class. Your heart is everywhere that you go, on the field, on the stage, and in your academics. Before I close, I'd like to extend my appreciation to all the members of Kenmore East family who have volunteered their time to be a part of this ceremony this evening. From our readers to the road leaders, the marshals, and to everyone in our building today, I give my thanks. Our biggest thank you to Mr. Drecker's assistant, Andrea Martin, who is the driving force behind this event, who also has to have her own son graduating tonight. Now to the graduates. Please accept my personal congratulations. You will no longer hear me yelling in the hallways to make smart choices. You will have to do that on your own. So please remember to come back and visit. We all love you. Now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Commencement, who will present his opening remarks.
Good evening. Good evening. Excellent. So, spoiler alert, somebody in this auditorium might have heard this speech before, so I want to clarify. You know, I joke with the cabinet of why I go down to one speech, because I'm brought up here to try and say something that's very profound to you. And when you write multiple speeches, by the time you get past the first one, it feels too forced. So I share that with you because I want you to understand what I'm about to say to you comes truly from the heart. And that is why I'm sharing it with you this evening. So let's start off the right way. My name is Commencement, yes, and I'm your superintendent. And I hope that I won't be too long. You've already been sitting there for a little while. An hour from now, you'll be done. And I'm standing in between you and that. But I really do want to keep it real with you this evening. You see, I want to talk to each and every one of you about time. This past week, I'm going to get personal with you for just a minute. This past week, I spent much of the time sitting by my father's side in the hospital. He got very sick, and we weren't sure if he was going to make it. Now, the good news, the great news, is that today he's back home in Kenton and recovering. But when you go through something like that, it really makes you reflect. Specifically, about how much time we have here on earth. Right now, most of you are around 18 years old. In the grand scheme of things, 18 years is a blink of an eye. But to you, because you're only 18 at this time, it feels like you've been around for an eternity. Let's look at how you actually spent those 18 years. For just a second, let's reminisce. The first 4 years of your life, families, you can relate to this, they won't remember it. I call them the cutesy years. Everybody thinks you're cute. You do things, and you did things that you probably don't remember. I bet there's some of you sitting here that ate dirt right in front of people. You made up a lot of funny things. You may have even picked your nose while you looked directly into someone's eyes. And you came up with funny words that only your family can appreciate. And probably to this day, they may even remember them and share them from time to time. The next 10 years, I call these the awkward years, and yes, you know what I'm talking about. I heard a parent, yes, yeah, you remember those years, parents. You spent a lot of time learning some basic things, like how to communicate better with people, talking about your favorite topics with friends, maybe even mastering the art of persuasion. I'll give you an example. How many of you, when you were younger in elementary school, would always try and persuade somebody to let you stay out later? You were learning the skill. And now these 4 years that you're completing tonight, these high school years, 9 through 12 is what I'm referring to specifically. I call these the coming into your own years. That's what high school is all about. If we're completely honest, you probably spent a lot of time waking up at 6:30 a.m. And this was difficult because you wanted to just go back to bed. Some of you did go back to bed when you saw your first period attendance. Maybe you stressed out over a GPA. I got news for you, probably tonight is the last time that you'll ever think of your high school GPA. And then of course, the most time that you spent, and I've seen you do it, not so much this year because it became an illegal thing in schools, but you would make a lot of TikToks. Don't understand it, still don't, never will, but you guys love it for some reason. That's how you came into your own life, doing those types of things. So now you've lived approximately 18 years. If you look at the amount of hours, it's somewhere around 157,000. And the good news is that the average person, remember I told you I reflected on time, my father's just about to be 80. And the average person lives to be about 80. This means, for you, you have 62 years left. Some parents are saying that's too long, but yes, it is true. I know a lot of hours, and I'm not going to get into it. I know I said 157,000 before. I'm not going to do all the math of what 62 is. I'm not going to bore you like that. But you have more than triple of your life stretching out in front of you. Think about all of that. Think about how much has happened already in these 18 years. This short time that you've been here. You've survived awkwardness, gossip, classes on Zoom, remember those? You've come into your own. If you could do all of that in just 18 years, imagine what you could do with 62 more. You have time to change careers. You have time to travel. You have time to fall in love. Time to fail miserably. Time to pick yourself up after that failure, and time to finally figure it out. And guess what? That's how you actually learn in this next phase of your life. It's not just from a book or on a board. The learning will be in the doing. And here's the catch. While you do have a lot of time left, time has this incredibly annoying habit of speeding up as you get older. When you're 5 years old, a year takes a century. At least that's what it feels like. When you're my age, you blink and it's suddenly a new decade. Your parents can relate. And don't get me wrong, we love being our age. Let me tell you some things to look forward to at our age. It's very exciting. You have your favorite clothing. That's what you guys have. All fashioned out, spending $300 on sneakers. We have favorite pajamas. Usually we wear them multiple nights in a row. Instead of hanging out like you guys will do over the next several years, we find our favorite late night program. Mine happens to be the Golden Girls on Hallmark. Once again, your parents can relate. You see, what I've learned in my 51 years is that time is a finite resource. You can always get more money. You can always buy more shoes. You can always retake a class, but you cannot buy back a single day. Albert Hubbard, an American writer, said, "Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive." Let that sink in for a minute. So my advice to you is simple. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start living. The learning will be in the doing. Don't wait until you graduate college or get the perfect job or buy a home or whatever comes next to start being happy. Be happy right now. Take risks. Take that trip that somebody might talk to you about. Say the awkward thing to the person that you like that you thought that you would never say. Eat the extra slice of pizza, but do like I do and add the extra pepperoni. Class of 2026, you have lived a great first chapter, but it was just a prologue. Your book of life is officially open now. The pages are blank. Now you, and only you, write the story. Go out there and make the next 62 years so fun and meaningful that Maybe you'll be here someday, sitting back there like your folks, and you'll be able to look back and say, yeah, I didn't waste a single second. I learned a lot. Congratulations to all of you. We were commenting before we started that you are just a tremendous class. You make us smile. We are so very proud of you. Remember that guy, Oliver Puckett, that I quoted earlier? He said the greatest mistake that you can make in life is continually fearing to make a mistake. And I hope that none of you move forward in that fashion. Thank you very much for letting me speak to you tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Words certainly reflect. Welcome to you tonight, to all our families and to our graduates. It's wonderful to be here with you, the culmination of years of work and effort. It's exciting to think about the next steps that you have in front of you, but I would like to take a moment to reflect. Earlier this week, I was at a different graduation. I was over at Franklin Elementary for their kindergarten graduation. A place some of you know well. There were happy students ready to begin their first summer vacation ever. There were singing routines. You remember those days? Lots of photographs, happy parents. But one thing I noticed was that for most of the students, all those smiles, they were missing at least one of their teeth. Now, I know it's a little odd to think about missing teeth at a high school graduation, but bear with me. It's a normal rite of passage around the age of 6 that comes with losing your first tooth. You may remember those days of excitement or the anxiety that came with it. Wiggling a tooth that just wants out, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. You eagerly awaited a quarter or maybe $1 if you were lucky, tucked under your pillow. Parents, I know you remember with even more detail. There were tears. Maybe frantic calls to a dentist or a friend or a family member, the emotional swings of, will it just end already, to just aren't ready for them to grow up. Likely a few of you were at least tempted to grab a piece of string and pull at some point. That kindergarten year brought you and your families a lot of firsts. You might have been in that same awe of missing one of your teeth at Franklin. Perhaps it was your first time on a school bus, your first school lunch. Hopefully you found a friend, maybe somebody you are still friends with here today. Or perhaps the other side, there was that first playground disagreement about who should go down the slide first. Your schooling journey for Kenmore-Tonawanda didn't stop there at kindergarten. Over the years, you learned how to read and write and do math. You experienced academic success and struggles. You had teachers and lessons that taught you history and science. Something ignited a passion or an excitement in you, perhaps in the arts, music, or sports, or something that led you towards your next steps with college or career. You spoke in front of classes, learned research and thinking skills, brought service to our community, and navigated challenges brought by the world around you. Now we're here. And just like with that first tooth, maybe there's a little anxiety and a little bit of excitement. Maybe you needed a little extra help from adults. Maybe somebody had to attach that string and pull you along. Perhaps, parents, you're sitting there and saying it's about time, or you just aren't ready for them to grow up and move out yet. That's okay. I'm also going to guess that today a quarter just won't cut it, and that you're hoping for something a little bit extra at the end of the day. Perhaps, whether it's that first tooth, a lesson learned fast, or today at climax, none of these steps are the final one. They are the steps in a series that will lead you towards future adventures. Bulldogs, may your paths be bold and righteous. Take the lessons you have learned with us to make the world a better place as you find your path within it. Continue to embody our tradition of excellence and serve others. We are proud of you and excited to see what is next. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. Congratulations. At this point for the medal presentation, I would like to call your class valedictorian, Ellie Hong, to the center. And your class salutatorian, with her remarks, Natasha Stanko.
Hello everyone, I'm Natasha Stanko, and my goal is the same as yours, to get out here as quickly as possible. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm not much of a speaker. I mumble, don't like to repeat myself, and all in all, believe that less is more. However, with graduation, I hope that we can all become not necessarily louder, but more vocal about what really matters. Although I wish it could, realistically, there is no way my speech will change anyone's views, bring about earth-shattering revelations, or lead to a heartfelt moment. So, while I considered not giving a speech at all, I decided to ditch the platitudes and instead recommend that everyone here read more books and try to make someone else laugh every day, through jokes, innuendos, or carefully crafted jabs between friends. An adapted quote from Veritas by Frederick Buckler, my favorite author. If you are honest, people may deceive you. Be honest anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfishness. Be kind anyway. All the good you do today will be forgotten by others tomorrow. Do good anyway. So goodbye, Kenmore-East class of 2026, family, friends, teachers, and esteemed guests. Enjoy the festivities, and don't forget to laugh, even through the serious moments. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite our Kenmore-East Chamber Singers for our musical selection.
Down the door.
presentation of the diplomas. Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith.
Mr. Brown, it is an honor to present for the purpose of conferring a degree in all its rights and privileges to the class of 2026. Mariam El-Sayed. Riley Carter. Melanie Krause. Cullen Hall. Natasha Secco. Miguel Flores. Tyler Kent. Gianna Dullo. Gianna Colosimo. Lola G. Norris. Cecilia Gray Gracie. Addison Lynn Miller. Jennifer Rose Haynes. Emma L. Miller. V. Jared M. Williams. Michael Francis Lynn. Heavenly Johanna Moten. Leah Doyle. Jihad Abdel Hamid. Emily M. Neha Adhikari. Ryan Al-Adad. Muhammad Al-Akar. Zafar Ali. Luis A. Arroyo. Ariel Adendi. Ahisha Azizian. Reyna Baglio. Abigail Elizabeth Joshua Benedek. Anon J. Barra. Isara Barreto. Josiah Barreto. Nathaniel Barreto. Shania Bridges. Emma L. Cannon. Lydia A. Cannon. Avery M. Chapman. Keon E. Cherry. Jocelyn Pickett. Keegan Jalal. Tanisha Chapman. George Chinchetti. Zay Sweet Yen. Henry K. Clark. Guard Poston III. Maya Cook. Genevicia Correa. Isaac Costello. Jackson T. Crawford. Julia R. Crawford. Emma Rose Conzilla. Brianna R. Cupido. Cameron Albert Suplicki. Brendan Dabney. Dylan Davidson. Jason M. Despot. Ricardo L. DeChocho. Olivia Noel Domenico. Avery Fox Driver. Darshana Duro. Lauren Angel. Jocelyn Ettinger. Leonardo M. Belzone. Santino Police. Frank Verina. Logan Faye. Bianca Piccarelli. Sophia N. Gaglia. Jaden N. Garcia. Xavier O. Garcia. Victoria Ann Genda. Jessa Giordano. Madison Girdlestone. David Getz. Todd M. Gray. Hayward. Harley Hell. Dylan Higgins. Amelia Holt. Michael Anthony Hunter.
Sydney Lynn Ianco. Keontae James. Alan Jetter. Jaden J. Jaworski. Michael Johnson. Nevaeh D. Johnson. Zion D. Johnson. Maria Judge. Savannah Coons. Cassie France. Alexis K. Laporta. Liliana Liberti. Donovan William Mozzie. Samantha Jean Leggett. Veronica C. Davis. Sawyer Noel Lombardo. William Thomas Lucas. Alexander J. Luke. Ileana Martina Malou. Benjamin Robert Martin. Roman T. Martin. Robert Alanis. Catherine T. Milligan. Chloe Miro. Alexander Mitchell. Jair Montgomery. Carter Morris. Bella Mullins. Green National. Isaac Christopher Needham. Cole Osborne. Victoria Page. Ryan Kalute. Braxton J. Campbell. Landon E. Pavella. Benjamin J. Payne. Charles Keith. Evan Sean Petty. Sarah Phillips. Christopher Porter. Bella Posner. Noah T. Price. Isabella Rose Patak. Jalen Leo. Rowan Christian Riley. Jackson Renau. Maya Elizabeth Rivera. Jordan Ross. Anwar Ryan. Neha Ryan. Madison Amber Rum. Mackenzie Kathleen Ryan. Daniel B. Ryder. Dahlia Q. Sahi. Dylan Ramback. Grace Rose Santiago. Aiden Schmidt. Jacob Schrimmel. Jonah Schrimmel. Vanessa Al Shabbat. Aiden James Scopera. Brody Semero. Mario Sharon. Zoe E. Saruka. Sapphire Houston Taylor. Alexander F. Salcido Almonte. Evan Smith. Cassie Sonnerson. Emmett L. Squire. Elizabeth Starkweather. Blake Sawyer. Colton J. Strong. Austin Suko. Emily Thomas. Abriel Trista. Gage Turnbull. Ava Elford. Rose Vecchioni. Colin Esselman. Anthony Jack Viola. Paul Walker. Caleb Wilkins. Sade Williams. Matthew Wilson. Nicholas W. Wilson. Benjamin E. Wilson. Amy Wright. Zachary Wright. Riley E. Robleski. Congratulations to the Kenmore-Tonawanda class of 2026.
Graduates, if you could please rise. Superintendent Amato, members of our Board of Education, guests, and families. It is my privilege to announce that the members of the class of 2026 before you today have met the requirements set forth by the New York State Board of Regents. Graduates, you may now move your tassels signifying your official graduation. Congratulations. To invite to the stage your class president, Lola Norris, for the closing.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Lola.
I'm gonna apologize now if I seem a little nervous. I mostly play girls soccer I'm not used to very large crowds. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone for being here. Even though I know we're at the end and nobody gives a shite about what I have to say right now. We all have our diplomas, but you more just want it like a McDonald's drive-thru, you know. Here's your diploma and piss off next. Here we are sitting here dressed like cheap curtains, mostly stripped like of our individuality. But as soon as we walk out of here tonight, we get to take these silly things off and finally get to groove. In high school, we were grouped together by stereotypes. But when we went home, all those standards were removed, and we could finally be ourselves. Now you may be thinking, why can't you just be yourself at school? We all pretend to not know the answer, but we do. It's petty judgment. Now I myself am also afraid of people judging me, but I judge too. Let me give you an example. As soon as I walked in and saw Mr. Norton, I judged his entire existence in one glance. But he's used to that. When I'm with the people that I love and who love me, I'm unapologetically myself. And it's not because I don't get judged, because trust me, I do a lot. It's because I don't care when I'm with them. I get made fun of so much, my friends came up with a phrase to say every time I do something silly or questionable. And it's not so much what they say, it's how they say it. And right now, my favorite phrase is, Dear Lola. I even find myself saying that was a Dear Lola moment when talking because sometimes I really don't know what goes through my own head. For me, not caring has always been the easy part. It's learning that it's okay to care that has been the hard part. Being numb is easy because you don't open yourself up to getting hurt. But when you have real feelings and open yourself up, you put yourself at risk for getting hurt. It's scary to put yourself in this danger zone. But living like that isn't living, it's surviving. The advice many adults tell us during hard times is all the same. Keep going. You just have to keep pushing through. Again, to me that sounds like surviving, not living. I'm all for standing still for a bit, not pushing or striving or working on myself. Just being. Just allowing ourselves to take the beat. For most of our existence so far, people have made choices for us. And then we have to live and deal with the consequences of those choices. Those consequences has formed us. Those consequences created our individual realities. But now is our time to really use our genuine personalities. Now we get to go and make those choices for ourselves. The consequences might be just as bad, but at least it's better undoing. It's been a privilege to be your class president for these past 5 years, even though I might be quit by the end of this year. And as bittersweet as it is, class pres is officially signing off. Thank you, and as Will Lucas says, Hector, yeah, let's get.
If we can have everyone please rise and have Ethan Lee to join us as our alma mater. Please remain where you are. Graduates will meet you in the